everybody, thank you so much for checking back. Today I have these two wonderful ladies, Bria and Chrissy, are here to talk with us about self-care. So stay tuned. So like I said, I have Bria and Chrissy here to talk about self-care and how we can better relax, how we can better take time for ourselves so that we have a healthy mind and a healthy body. So I'm just going to start off by asking what you would do to help care for yourself sometimes if you're feeling really stressed out.
Okay, well, I suffer from PTSD, and so I've had a lot of trouble with anxiety and depression, and something I found really beneficial to me is obviously going to the gym and trying to have a regular workout schedule, and then also breathing exercises.
Yeah.
So I have a little app on my phone called Breathe to Relax, and it times out, asks me how I feel, and then it times out my breathing. So I take like maybe 15 or 20 really deep 10-second breaths, and I suddenly feel 50% better or 100% better and more energized.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a couple videos on breathing techniques, and we'll try one a little bit later together, but that is a great tool, and that's something that we can all use, and it's something you can do without people even knowing you're doing it, and you can do it almost anywhere.
People don't have to know you're doing it?
No.
I always do it, and I'm like, she's like, babe, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm doing, I keep breathing.
I'm like, whatever you're doing is making me not relaxed.
There is one to give you energy I do. It's like called Breath of Fire, where you're like, shh, shh, and people, like, you can't do, people will be like,
here
what
comes
the
the
hell?
fire!
I'm gonna huff and puff, and yes, so.
Yeah. For me, I'm a musician, so I do songwriting, and I like to just sit by the piano, and I just go in my own zone and just get in my own head, and I like to close the door and have my space, and that's how I deal with things, is just get it out musically.
Yeah, and that's a great outlet. There's a lot of creative outlets we can use. I mean, music is a great one, dance can be a great one. I am not creative at all, but I love to color.
That's creative.
Well, you know, in the line, like.
Oh, but you have to choose which color.
Yeah, totally. I'm totally thank you. Very creative. But I can, you know, that helps me relax. And I get like little kid Disney, you know, coloring books and all sorts of things, and you color them.
You know what I do? I hula hoop. So I got a hula hoop from the toy department at the kids store, and as soon as I'm stressed, I put on some music, get in the living room. She's like working or on a business call, and I'm like, I just got a hula hoop right now.
I mean, sometimes she'll be doing two. I mean, she just really goes
I really
for
do.
it.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Committed.
Like my coloring.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I can see how that can be very therapeutic.
And that's the key. Like, if you really have trouble and you're like, nothing is helping me relax, I'm trying to color, I'm trying to hula, and nothing is helping, I find if you get the more detailed, like they have mandala coloring books, and they're like these really detailed kind of circular, it's supposed to help you like hone your energy, relax, and so, and you're supposed to say a mantra while you do it. We can get into that later, but you're supposed to color like these little detailed things, so you really have to focus because it's not such large blocks, and you don't want to mess it up, so it like, it's a brain drain.
Yeah,
You just don't even have to think about it. The last like tip that I'll give is getting offline. I know I love that you all watch, and we love that everybody watches, and we tweet and whatever, but we as YouTubers need it the most. Like, I have so much trouble like disconnecting from my phone. And so putting in airplane mode during times when you two are spending quality time together, because we will be at dinner and then I'll be like, oh, did you see that funny thing? And then I'm on Instagram trying to find that funny thing. It's like, it ruins it.
It really does.
Being present, not caring if you have a photo to prove that you were there, because we, you know, we're supposed to generate all this stuff, but taking like media breaks, especially when you feel like your mind goes and goes and goes and goes on things you need to do or things you should have talked about,
Constant.
it can help stop it, slow it down.
That's great.
That's really great.
Yeah, because like I feel like our society, we always feel like we have to prove it by showing something.
Yeah.
Or look at this person I know. Well, why don't you just tell me about him instead of having to show?
And we all know that as much as we love our online communities, there's sometimes nothing like a real hug from someone who really cares about us, who is there in real life. And there's nothing like getting together with people over coffee and just being present.
Yeah, that's great.
And so we'll do one more thing. We'll come back and we're going to do one relaxation technique, but we have to like get on the ground. So give us a minute.
Wow!
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're going to squat down.
Oh, there's a rock.
And and sit on our feet, kind of just like this. And then we put our fists into our hips because this helps slow our heart rate. So if we're ever feeling really maxed out, or you feel like maybe a panic attack is coming on, this pushing here and leaning forward, and I know it's like ground, and you're like, ah, but you sit your forehead on the ground, and then we'll take 5 deep breaths, but if you have time, take 10, and call me in the morning. I'm just joking. But you'll feel a lot better. And then we'll feel much more relaxed. Like slows you down. It's almost like,
I felt good, but I also bet it looked very weird from the outside.
I'm sure it did. And we're in child's pose, but not quite child's pose.
They're watching.
Oh, yes.
Very relaxing.
Yeah, so
Thank you so much.
we also did a video on their channel, Our Lesbian Love. So click here to check that out.
And make sure to subscribe if you're coming from our channel. And
Yeah,
this was
and
so much
subscribe
fun.
to theirs, too.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for doing this with me.
Thanks for making
See you
me
next
relax.
time.